Welcome back to the audio bookshelf. We hope you enjoy the book, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons to get our latest content. Please enjoy. The Power of Trying. Presented by Theo E. David from the audio bookshelf. Have you ever wondered what truly separates those who succeed from those who falter? Is it raw talent, intelligence, or sheer luck? While these factors can play a role, they often pale in comparison to one fundamental trait: effort. Trying, persistently and earnestly, can often outweigh natural abilities or favorable circumstances. This book is about the power of trying. It's a simple concept, but one that has profound implications on every aspect of our lives. From achieving career goals to building meaningful relationships and even discovering our purpose, the act of trying is often the first and most critical step. Trying doesn't guarantee success, but it creates opportunities for growth, learning, and resilience. It allows us to expand beyond our limitations and embrace challenges that shape our character. Through a combination of real-life examples, research-backed insights, and practical strategies, this book will explore why trying matters, how to develop a mindset that values effort, and how to apply this principle to unlock your full potential. Chapter 1: The Myth of Instant Success. We live in a world that celebrates instant success stories. Headlines proclaim overnight sensations, self-made millionaires, and viral achievements. These narratives often omit the years of effort, failure, and perseverance that underpin these so-called overnight successes. Take, for example, J.K. Rowling, who spent years facing rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a phenomenon. Or Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," in his quest to invent the light bulb. The idea of instant success is enticing, but it's a myth. Success, in almost every case, is built on a foundation of effort and persistence. It's about showing up, day after day, and committing to the process, regardless of the obstacles. This chapter will delve into why the myth of instant success is so damaging and how embracing the power of trying can shift our perspective from immediate results to long-term growth. Trying is not glamorous. It's not always easy or enjoyable. But it's the one thing we can control, even when the odds seem stacked against us. By shifting our focus from outcomes to effort, we begin to see that every attempt, no matter how small, contributes to our progress. Let's start by examining the psychology behind effort and why our brains often resist the idea of trying when success isn't guaranteed. Understanding this resistance is the first step toward overcoming it. The human brain is wired to seek efficiency and avoid unnecessary effort. This is an evolutionary advantage that has helped us survive by conserving energy for essential tasks like finding food or avoiding danger. However, in a modern world where many of our challenges are mental or emotional rather than physical, this instinct can work against us. We often avoid trying when success feels uncertain, fearing the effort might not pay off. This fear is rooted in what psychologists call the fixed mindset, a belief that our abilities are static and failure is a reflection of our inadequacies. When we adopt this mindset, we see failure as a threat rather than an opportunity to grow. Shifting to a growth mindset can change this perspective. Coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, the growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It reframes failure as a natural and necessary part of the process. When we embrace a growth mindset, we are more likely to try, even when the outcome is uncertain, because we understand that the act of trying itself leads to improvement. Consider the story of Michael Jordan, often regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Early in his career, he was cut from his high school basketball team. Rather than accept defeat, he dedicated himself to relentless practice, fueled by a desire to improve. Jordan later remarked, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." This story highlights an essential truth: trying, failing, and trying again is how we build resilience and expertise. Effort compounds over time, creating a snowball effect that can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Even when the immediate results of our efforts are not visible, the skills, knowledge, and experience we gain are laying the groundwork for future success. One powerful example of this principle in action is the 10,000-hour rule, popularized by Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers. The idea, based on research by psychologist Anders Ericsson, suggests that achieving mastery in any field requires approximately 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. While this figure is not a strict rule and varies depending on the individual and the discipline, the underlying message is clear: mastery is achieved through sustained effort over time. So why do so many of us give up too soon? Often, it's because we expect results too quickly. We live in an age of instant gratification, where we're accustomed to immediate feedback and rapid rewards. When trying doesn't yield quick results, it's easy to feel discouraged and question whether the effort is worth it. But what if we viewed trying as a success in itself? What if we shifted our focus from external validation to internal growth? This perspective requires us to redefine success, not as a specific outcome, but as the willingness to take action and persevere. When we measure success by our effort rather than our results, we free ourselves from the fear of failure and open the door to endless possibilities. This mindset shift is not just theoretical, it has practical applications in every area of life. In the following chapters, we will explore how the power of trying can transform your career, relationships, health, and personal growth. You'll learn actionable strategies to overcome procrastination, build habits of persistence, and develop the resilience needed to navigate setbacks. The journey begins with one simple question: what would you try if you weren't afraid to fail? Chapter 2: Overcoming the Fear of Failure. Fear of failure is one of the biggest barriers to trying. It's a universal feeling, deeply ingrained in our psyche, and often amplified by societal pressures. We fear judgment, rejection, or the pain of not meeting our own expectations. This fear can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. But what if failure wasn't something to fear? What if, instead, it became a tool for growth? The key to overcoming the fear of failure lies in reframing it. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone toward it. Every failed attempt provides valuable feedback, teaching us what doesn't work and bringing us closer to what does. Consider the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx and one of the youngest self-made female billionaires. Growing up, her father would ask her at the dinner table, "What did you fail at today?" If she didn't have an answer, he would express disappointment. This unusual question shifted her perspective on failure, making it a normal and even celebrated part of life. By redefining failure as an opportunity for learning, Blakely was able to take risks, persevere through challenges, and ultimately build a groundbreaking business. To embrace failure, we must first understand its purpose. Failure is feedback. It's a mirror reflecting areas where we can improve. When we approach it with curiosity rather than fear, we can extract lessons that inform our next steps. This mindset shift requires us to separate our self-worth from our outcomes. Failure is an event, not a reflection of who we are. One practical way to reframe failure is to adopt what psychologists call self-compassion. This involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend who is struggling. Instead of harshly criticizing ourselves for falling short, we can acknowledge our efforts and focus on what we've learned. Research shows that self-compassion increases resilience, motivation, and emotional well-being, making it easier to try again after setbacks. Another powerful tool for overcoming the fear of failure is visualization. Athletes, performers, and entrepreneurs often use visualization techniques to prepare for challenges and build confidence. By imagining ourselves succeeding, or even failing gracefully, we can reduce the anxiety associated with trying. Visualization helps us mentally rehearse both the effort and the outcome, making the process feel more familiar and less intimidating. It's also important to set realistic expectations. Unrealistic goals can set us up for disappointment, while smaller, incremental goals create opportunities for consistent progress. By breaking big challenges into manageable steps, we can celebrate small victories along the way, building momentum and confidence. Ultimately, the fear of failure diminishes when we focus on the process rather than the outcome. Trying becomes less about achieving a specific result and more about showing up, learning, and growing. This mindset not only reduces anxiety but also increases our willingness to take risks, explore new opportunities, and push beyond our comfort zones. The fear of failure will never disappear entirely, but it doesn't have to control us. When we learn to embrace failure as part of the journey, we unlock the courage to try, and in trying, we discover our true potential. Chapter 3: Building Habits of Persistence. Trying once is easy. Trying again and again, especially in the face of challenges, requires persistence. Persistence is the ability to keep going when things get tough, and it's one of the most important traits for achieving long-term success. But how do we cultivate persistence in a world full of distractions and setbacks? The first step is to understand the nature of persistence. It's not about blind determination or stubbornly sticking to a plan that isn't working. True persistence is adaptable. It's about maintaining your commitment to a goal while being flexible in your approach. This balance between consistency and adaptability is what allows us to navigate obstacles and stay on track. Habits are a powerful tool for building persistence. When we turn effort into a habit, it becomes automatic, requiring less mental energy and willpower. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes the importance of focusing on small, consistent actions. You do not rise to the level of your goals, he writes. You fall to the level of your systems. By creating systems that support effort, such as setting aside dedicated time for practice or breaking tasks into smaller steps, we make it easier to stay persistent over the long term. One effective strategy is to use the 2-minute rule. This involves starting any task by committing to just 2 minutes of effort. For example, if you want to start exercising, commit to putting on your workout clothes and doing a simple stretch. Once you've started, you're more likely to continue. The hardest part is often getting started, and the 2-minute rule lowers the barrier to action. Another strategy is to track your progress. Whether it's a journal, an app, or a simple checklist, tracking your efforts helps you see the cumulative impact of your persistence. It provides tangible evidence that your efforts are adding up, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Celebrating milestones along the way reinforces your motivation and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. It's also important to cultivate a support system. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage and inspire you can make a huge difference in your ability to stay persistent. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a community of like-minded individuals, having someone to share your journey with provides accountability and emotional support. Finally, persistence requires patience. Progress is rarely linear, and setbacks are inevitable. By embracing the ebb and flow of the journey, we can stay committed even when things don't go as planned. Persistence is less about never falling down and more about always getting back up. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to apply these principles to specific areas of life, from career advancement to personal growth. Persistence is the bridge between effort and achievement, and by building habits that support it, we can turn the power of trying into a lifelong practice. Chapter 4: Applying the Power of Trying to Your Career. For many of us, our career is one of the most significant areas where trying, and continuing to try, plays a vital role. Whether you're striving for a promotion, pursuing a new job, or starting your own business, effort and persistence are the cornerstones of professional success. But the modern workplace is full of challenges, competition, constant change, and the ever-present fear of failure. How can we navigate these pressures and use the power of trying to build a fulfilling career? The first step is to recognize that career growth is not a linear path. The most successful professionals are those who view their careers as a series of experiments. Each role, project, or initiative is an opportunity to learn, develop new skills, and refine your goals. By embracing this experimental mindset, you can approach your career with curiosity and openness rather than fear of making the wrong choice. Consider the example of Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. When Schultz first encountered the concept of an Italian-style coffee bar during a trip to Milan, his attempt to bring the idea to Starbucks was met with skepticism. Schultz eventually left the company to start his own chain of coffee shops, only to return to Starbucks later and implement his vision. His willingness to try, fail, and try again transformed Starbucks into a global brand. To apply the power of trying in your own career, start by setting clear, actionable goals. These goals should align with your long-term aspirations while also being flexible enough to adapt to changing circumstances. Break them into smaller, achievable milestones to create a sense of progress and momentum. For example, if your goal is to transition to a new industry, you might start by researching potential roles, networking with professionals in the field, and taking relevant courses or certifications. Networking is another area where trying often leads to unexpected opportunities. Reaching out to others, whether it's for advice, mentorship, or collaboration, can feel daunting, especially if you fear rejection. But every attempt, even if it doesn't yield an immediate result, builds connections and increases your visibility. Over time, these small efforts can lead to significant breakthroughs. When trying in your career, it's also important to balance effort with self-care. Burnout is a common pitfall for ambitious professionals, and it can derail even the most determined efforts. Prioritize activities that replenish your energy, such as exercise, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones. Remember that sustainable effort requires taking care of your physical and mental well-being. Above all, maintain a mindset of growth and resilience. Career setbacks, such as being passed over for a promotion or facing a layoff, can feel discouraging. But these moments are often opportunities in disguise. They push us to reevaluate our goals, build new skills, and explore paths we might not have considered otherwise. By viewing setbacks as part of the process, you can stay motivated and continue moving forward. Chapter 5: Strengthening Relationships Through Effort. While career success often gets the spotlight, our personal relationships are equally, if not more, important to our overall happiness and well-being. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a family bond, relationships thrive on effort. Yet, it's easy to take them for granted, especially when life gets busy. The power of trying in relationships lies in consistent, intentional effort. Small gestures, such as checking in with a friend, expressing gratitude to a partner, or spending quality time with family, create a strong foundation of trust and connection. These efforts may seem minor, but they compound over time, strengthening the bond and fostering a sense of mutual support. One common challenge in relationships is navigating conflict. Disagreements are inevitable, but they don't have to lead to disconnection. Trying in the context of conflict means approaching the situation with empathy, active listening, and a willingness to find common ground. It's not about winning the argument but about working together to understand each other's perspectives and find a solution. Effort also plays a crucial role in maintaining long-term relationships. Over time, the excitement of a new connection can give way to routine, and it's easy to fall into patterns of complacency. Revitalizing a relationship requires intentional effort to keep it dynamic and meaningful. This might involve planning new experiences together, revisiting shared goals, or simply making time to connect on a deeper level. In friendships, effort often takes the form of showing up, whether it's attending a celebration, offering support during tough times, or simply being present in the other person's life. Friendships, like all relationships, require reciprocity. When you invest effort in your friends, you create a bond that can withstand the test of time. Trying in relationships doesn't mean perfection. It means being willing to show up, communicate, and prioritize the people who matter most. The effort you put into your relationships will not only strengthen those connections, but also enrich your own life with a sense of belonging and purpose. Chapter 6: Health and Wellness, the Foundation of Effort. Effort in any area of life is deeply connected to our physical and mental well-being. When we prioritize our health, we build the energy, focus, and resilience needed to pursue our goals. Yet, maintaining health and wellness requires consistent effort, especially in a world full of distractions and demands. The key to sustaining effort in health is to focus on small, sustainable changes. Crash diets and intense workout regimens often lead to burnout because they rely on willpower rather than habit. Instead, start with manageable steps, such as adding more vegetables to your meals, committing to a daily walk, or practicing mindfulness for a few minutes each day. Over time, these small efforts become habits that support long-term health. Another important aspect of trying in health is listening to your body. Rest and recovery are just as important as activity and productivity. Ignoring signs of fatigue or stress can lead to burnout and hinder your ability to make consistent efforts in other areas of life. By tuning into your body's needs, you can create a balance that supports both effort and self-care. Mental health is equally crucial. Practices like journaling, meditation, or seeking therapy can help you process emotions, reduce stress, and build resilience. Trying in the context of mental health means prioritizing your well-being and seeking support when needed. Remember, effort is not about pushing yourself to the brink, it's about creating a foundation that allows you to thrive. As you cultivate health and wellness, you'll find that the energy and focus you gain spill over into other areas of life. When your body and mind are in harmony, the power of trying becomes easier to harness, enabling you to pursue your goals with greater clarity and determination. In the next chapter, we'll explore how trying can lead to personal growth and self-discovery, unlocking new possibilities and helping you become the best version of yourself. Chapter 7: Unlocking Personal Growth Through Effort. Personal growth is one of the most rewarding outcomes of consistent effort. It's the process of becoming the best version of yourself by learning, evolving, and stepping out of your comfort zone. While growth can happen naturally over time, intentional effort accelerates this transformation, helping you uncover strengths, talents, and possibilities you may not have realized existed. The first step to personal growth is cultivating self-awareness. Without understanding where you currently stand, it's difficult to chart a path forward. Self-awareness involves reflecting on your values, strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. Practices such as journaling, meditation, or seeking feedback from trusted mentors can help you gain clarity about who you are and what you want. Once you've established a foundation of self-awareness, the next step is setting meaningful goals. These should be goals that align with your values and challenge you to grow. Aim for a balance between ambition and achievability, goals that stretch you without overwhelming you. For example, if you're passionate about writing, you might set a goal to write 500 words a day, knowing that consistency will lead to improvement over time. Effort is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But it's important to remember that growth doesn't happen overnight. The journey is often nonlinear, with periods of rapid progress followed by plateaus or setbacks. This is where persistence and patience become crucial. Celebrate small wins along the way, as they reinforce your motivation and remind you that each step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall growth. Stepping out of your comfort zone is another essential component of personal growth. Growth happens when we challenge ourselves to face new situations, take risks, and embrace the unknown. This might mean learning a new skill, pursuing a passion project, or speaking up in situations where you'd normally stay silent. While stepping out of your comfort zone can feel uncomfortable, it's also where some of the most profound growth occurs. For instance, consider someone who wants to overcome a fear of public speaking. The act of trying, whether it's joining a speaking group like Toastmasters, giving a short presentation at work, or volunteering to lead a community meeting, is what helps them build confidence over time. Each attempt, regardless of the outcome, is a step toward mastery. Another key to personal growth is developing a growth mindset, as discussed earlier. This means viewing challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles and believing that your abilities can be developed through effort. When you approach life with a growth mindset, you become more resilient, adaptable, and open to learning. Finally, personal growth is deeply connected to reflection. Taking time to evaluate your progress and extract lessons from your experiences ensures that your efforts are purposeful. Reflection helps you recognize patterns, identify areas for improvement, and adjust your approach as needed. Whether it's through a weekly review, a quiet walk in nature, or a deep conversation with a mentor, reflection is a powerful tool for aligning your efforts with your goals. Chapter 8: Turning Setbacks into Stepping Stones. No matter how much effort you invest, setbacks are an inevitable part of life. They can come in the form of failure, rejection, or unexpected challenges. While setbacks can feel discouraging, they also hold the potential to propel us forward if we choose to view them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. The first step to turning setbacks into opportunities is reframing your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in mindset helps you focus on the lessons embedded in the experience rather than the disappointment it may have caused. Every setback carries valuable insights about what works, what doesn't, and how you can improve. For example, consider an entrepreneur whose product launch fails to meet expectations. Instead of giving up, they might analyze customer feedback, identify areas for improvement, and relaunch with a stronger offering. The initial failure becomes a stepping stone to success, thanks to their willingness to try again and apply what they've learned. Another important aspect of navigating setbacks is managing your emotions. It's natural to feel frustration, sadness, or even anger when things don't go as planned. Acknowledge these emotions without letting them define your response. Practices such as mindfulness, deep breathing, or talking to a supportive friend can help you process your feelings and regain perspective. Resilience is the skill that allows you to bounce back from setbacks. Building resilience involves cultivating habits that support your mental and emotional well-being, such as maintaining a positive outlook, seeking support from others, and focusing on what you can control. Resilient people don't avoid setbacks, they use them as opportunities to grow stronger and more resourceful. One way to build resilience is to adopt the concept of failing forward. This means embracing failure as an integral part of the learning process. When you fail forward, you take responsibility for your mistakes, extract the lessons, and apply them to your next attempt. Each failure becomes a stepping stone that moves you closer to your goals. Setbacks also provide an opportunity to practice gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive, finding something to be grateful for in the midst of a challenge can shift your mindset and help you focus on the positives. For example, you might feel gratitude for the support of a friend, the resilience you're developing, or the new insights you've gained. In the end, the way you respond to setbacks is more important than the setback itself. By choosing to try again, you demonstrate the courage and determination that are essential for long-term success. Setbacks are not the end of the road, they are simply part of the journey. Chapter 9: The Ripple Effect of Trying. The power of trying extends far beyond personal success. When you make an effort in your own life, it often creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Your actions have the potential to uplift, motivate, and transform the lives of those around you. Consider the story of a teacher who goes the extra mile to help their students succeed. Their effort not only impacts the students directly but also inspires them to strive for their own goals, creating a cycle of effort and achievement that extends far beyond the classroom. The same principle applies to leaders, parents, mentors, and friends. When you model the power of trying, you encourage others to embrace effort in their own lives. The ripple effect of trying is particularly evident in acts of kindness and generosity. Small efforts, such as offering a kind word, helping a stranger, or volunteering your time, can have a profound impact on others. These acts often inspire a chain reaction, as the recipients of your kindness pass it on to others, creating a culture of effort and compassion. The ripple effect also applies to communities and organizations. When a group of people commits to a shared goal and puts in the effort to achieve it, the collective impact can be extraordinary. From grassroots movements to innovative companies, the power of trying is what drives progress and creates lasting change. By embracing the power of trying, you become part of a larger story, one that extends beyond your individual achievements to influence the world around you. Your efforts matter, not just for what they allow you to accomplish, but for the inspiration and impact they create in the lives of others. In the next chapter, We will explore how to sustain the power of trying over the long term, ensuring that your efforts remain purposeful and aligned with your values. Trying is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong practice that shapes who you are and the legacy you leave behind. Chapter 10: Sustaining Effort Over the Long Term. The power of trying lies in consistency over time. While bursts of effort can lead to short-term wins, lasting success requires a long-term commitment. But sustaining effort is not always easy. Life's demands, distractions, and setbacks can make it difficult to stay on track. How can you maintain the energy, focus, and motivation needed to keep trying over the course of months, years, or even a lifetime? The first step is to align your efforts with your why. Your why is the deeper reason behind your actions, the purpose that drives you forward. When your efforts are connected to something meaningful, it's easier to stay committed, even when progress feels slow. Take the time to reflect on your values and priorities, and let them guide your choices. For example, if you're pursuing a career goal, ask yourself why it matters to you. Is it to provide for your family, make a difference in your field, or challenge yourself to grow? Your why becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded when challenges arise. Sustaining effort also requires realistic pacing. It's tempting to go all in on a goal, especially when you're excited or motivated. But overexertion can lead to burnout, which makes it difficult to maintain long-term effort. Instead, aim for a sustainable rhythm that balances productivity with rest and recovery. Think of your effort as a marathon, not a sprint. Build in periods of rest, celebrate milestones, and give yourself permission to step back when needed. Another key to sustained effort is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances often change. Goals that once felt meaningful may no longer resonate, or the path to achieving them may need to shift. Being willing to adapt your approach, and even your goals, ensures that your efforts remain aligned with your current situation and aspirations. Flexibility is not a sign of weakness, it's a hallmark of resilience. Habits play a crucial role in maintaining long-term effort. When you turn effort into a routine, it becomes automatic, requiring less mental energy to sustain. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, setting aside the same time each day to write builds a habit that keeps you moving forward. Over time, these small, consistent actions compound into significant progress. Accountability is another powerful tool for sustaining effort. Sharing your goals with others, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a group, creates a sense of responsibility and support. When you know someone is rooting for you or checking in on your progress, it's easier to stay motivated. Accountability can also come from tracking your own progress. Whether you use a journal, an app, or a simple calendar, seeing evidence of your consistent effort reinforces your commitment. It's also important to periodically revisit your goals and celebrate your progress. Reflection allows you to evaluate what's working, what's not, and whether your efforts are still aligned with your priorities. Celebrating small wins along the way reminds you of how far you've come and keeps you energized for the journey ahead. Finally, sustaining effort requires self-compassion. There will be times when you fall short, lose motivation, or face unexpected setbacks. In these moments, it's crucial to be kind to yourself and remember that trying is an ongoing process. What matters most is not perfection but persistence, the willingness to keep showing up, even when the path feels uncertain. Chapter 11: Effort in a Changing World. The world is constantly evolving, and the challenges we face today may look very different from those of the past. Technological advancements, social shifts, and global challenges require us to adapt and innovate. In this context, the power of trying becomes even more essential. It's through effort, experimentation, and resilience that we navigate change and find solutions to complex problems. One area where effort is particularly vital is lifelong learning. In a world where industries are rapidly transforming, the ability to learn new skills and adapt to change is crucial for both personal and professional growth. Trying in this context means embracing a mindset of curiosity and being willing to step into the unknown. Whether it's learning to code, mastering a new language, or developing leadership skills, the willingness to try is what keeps you relevant and adaptable in an ever-changing world. Collaboration is another area where effort plays a critical role. Many of today's challenges, such as climate change, inequality, and technological ethics, require collective effort. Trying together, as part of a team, community, or movement, amplifies individual contributions and creates a powerful force for change. Effective collaboration requires effort in communication, compromise, and shared vision. Effort also takes on new meaning in the face of uncertainty. The future is unpredictable, and it's natural to feel apprehensive about taking risks or pursuing goals when the outcome is unclear. But trying is not about guaranteeing success, it's about moving forward despite uncertainty. It's about taking the next step, even when the full path isn't visible. This courage to try in uncertain times is what drives progress and innovation. Chapter 12: The Legacy of Effort. At the end of the day, the power of trying is about more than achieving specific goals, it's about the legacy you create through your efforts. Every attempt, every step forward, and every lesson learned contributes to the person you become and the impact you have on the world. Your legacy is shaped by the values you uphold, the relationships you nurture, and the contributions you make. It's about the ripple effect of your efforts, the ways in which your actions inspire, support, and uplift others. When you embrace the power of trying, you set an example of courage, persistence, and resilience that can inspire future generations. Consider the stories of people who made a lasting impact through their efforts, from civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. to innovators like Marie Curie. Their legacies were not built on a single moment of success, but on a lifetime of effort, dedication, and a willingness to try. You don't have to be a world-renowned figure to leave a meaningful legacy. Every effort you make, whether it's raising a family, mentoring someone, or contributing to your community, matters. Effort is also what connects us to our humanity. It reminds us that we are all works in progress, striving to grow, improve, and contribute in our own unique ways. By choosing to try, you honor this shared journey and contribute to a world that values effort, growth, and possibility. The power of trying is infinite. It is the engine of progress, the foundation of resilience, and the essence of what it means to live a meaningful life. As you continue your journey, remember that every effort you make, no matter how small, has the potential to create change within yourself, in the lives of others, and in the world around you. Keep trying, and the possibilities are endless. Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and also click the small bell icon to receive a notification every time a new free audiobook has arrived. Thanks again.